Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this baby hat for a baby between 0 and 3 months. It's very easy to make. It's part of this baby set that I did for girls. I've already shown you how to do the baby jacket, the pants, and soon I will show you how to make the baby booties. I will leave tutorials down here in the information box, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook. With this hook, we're going to make the brim. Then we're going to make a couple rows using this same hook, and then we're going to switch to a 3mm crochet hook. Then we might switch to a 2.5 to close the hat. We're going to do this because the stitch that we're going to use tends to grow on the side. So in order for it to start forming and shaping the crown, we need to use smaller size hook. So now here, what I have is 60 chains. This chain here measures 34 centimeters, which is about 13.5 inches. Okay, so to begin, like I said, I have 60 chains, and the first thing that we need to do is we need to join to the first chain. So we need to make sure that it's not twisted. Okay, so we're going to join to the first chain like this, and then we're going to make a slip stitch. And now we're joined and our chains are not twisted. Okay, so now to make the first row, we need to chain 2. And into this same stitch where I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make a half double crochet. Then into the next chain, same thing, a half double crochet. And this is how we're going to continue for this first row, just making half double crochets on each chain. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 60 half double crochets, not including these 2 chains we have at the beginning. So now to finish this row, we're going to join here to the top of the 2 chains with a slip stitch. And now we're joined. Now for the second row, we're going to flip this over like this, but first we're going to make 2 chains. Okay, so now we're going to flip this like this, and into this first chain that we have here, right there, I'm going to make a slip stitch. Okay, for the second row, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. So now in this row, we're going to work front post half double crochets and back post half double crochets. So beginning here into this first half double crochet, I'm going to make a front post half double crochet. The next one is going to be a back post half double crochet. The next one is going to be a front post half double crochet. The next one a back post half double crochet. And this is all we're going to do. So just alternate between a front post and a back post all the way around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. To finish, I'm just going to join here to the beginning where I have this first chain with a slip stitch, and this is our second row. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now for this third row, we're going to work these half double crochets in the same way that you see them. So this first one here is a front post half double crochet, so we're going to make a front post half double crochet. The next one is a back post half double crochet, so we're going to make a back post half double crochet. Next one is a front post, so front post half double crochet, and the next one a back post half double crochet. So continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. To finish, I'm just going to join here where I have this first chain with a slip stitch. And here's our finished brim. Now if you want to make this a bit wider, you can do that by just making 1 or 2 more rows. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as it is. So now for the next row, row 4, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and into the same stitch where I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch and make a single crochet and a single crochet into the next. This is all we're going to do, just single crochets all around. So I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of single crochets. To finish, I'm just going to join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this row of single crochets. I have a total of 60 single crochets all around for this row. Now for the next row, I'm going to switch hooks. I'm going to leave my 3.5 and then start using this 3mm crochet hook. Okay, with this hook I'm going to chain 3, and into the same space where I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make a double crochet. Chain 1, 2 double crochets. So the stitch that we're going to use consists of 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, separated by 2 single crochets. Okay, so now here to make the next fan, we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the third single crochet I'm going to make my next fan. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, and then again skip 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and into the third make your third fan. This is all we're going to do for this first row. So from here on we're going to start counting our rows. So this is our first row of fans, so continue all the way around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of fans. Now I have 2 single crochets in between, so here I'm just going to join to the first chain right there. I'm going to insert my hook and make a slip stitch, and this is how I finish my first row of fans. Okay, and here it is. One thing here, the stitch multiple, like I said, is multiples of 3, so that's why I have exactly the number of single crochets that I needed, since we did 60 all around. If you have one less or one more, it's okay, don't worry about it, just join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. Okay, so now for the second row, we're going to turn and we're going to make 3 slip stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So the first one goes on top of the first double crochet, the next one goes on top of the second double crochet, and inside the chain 1 space. Okay, and now I'm going to chain 3, make 1 double crochet inside the same space, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And here's our first fan for the second row. Now jump to the next chain 1 space of the next fan and make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And this is all we're going to do for this second row. Just continue making these fans all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. To finish, I'm just going to go into this last chain and make a slip stitch, and this is how we finish the second row and every row that follows. Okay, now for the third row, what we're going to do is we're going to switch hooks. So we're going to stop using this 3mm crochet hook and we're going to use this 2.5mm crochet hook. With this hook we're going to make 6 rows. So same thing here, we're going to turn. For this third row we're going to make 3 slip stitches, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And here's our first fan for this third row. Now same thing on the next chain 1 space, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 1, 2 double crochets. This is all we're going to do all around for this third row. When you come here to the end, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of this third chain. Then you're going to turn and make these 3 slip stitches and then chain 3. You're going to make 6 more rows, so in total we're going to have 8 rows. So I will meet you at the end of the 8th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 8th row. I just have this last fan. Inside this last fan, I'm just going to make 1 double crochet. And this is just a reduction here at the end. And to finish, I'm just going to join to the beginning with a slip stitch. and here's the 8th row with a fan reduction. Now for the 9th row, we're going to turn and we're going to make 4 slip stitches. The first one is going to be on top of this double crochet, then the next 3 into these 2 double crochets, and then 1 inside the chain 1 space. Now chain 3 and make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Jump to the next chain 1 space and make 3 double crochets. This is all we're going to do for this 9th row. Just make 3 double crochets inside each one of these chain 1 spaces. So continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 9th row. To finish, I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. And this is how I end this 9th row. Now, we're going to work a couple more rows making single crochets all around. So beginning here, we're not going to turn. We're just going to chain 1, and into the same space where I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet. A single crochet on top of the next double crochet, single crochet on top of the next, and so on, just making single crochets on top of each one of these double crochets. Continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of single crochets. To finish, I'm going to join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1, and into the same stitch where I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet. Now from here, I'm going to count 5 single crochets, and into the 6th and the 7th single crochet, we're going to work a reduction. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, and into these next 2, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, close. And then now into the next single crochet, make a single crochet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, insert your hook into the next single crochet, insert your hook into the next 3 loops on my hook, close. So continue like this, making 5 single crochets, and into the next 2 make a stitch reduction all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 2nd row of single crochets. To finish, I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this 2nd row of single crochets. Now for the 3rd row, we're going to chain 1, and into the same stitch where I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make 1 single crochet. Now for this row, I'm going to make 4 single crochets, and into the next 2, I'm going to work a stitch reduction. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, close. Okay, again, make 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2, pull up a loop, into the next, pull up a loop, 3 loops, close. Continue like this all around, making 4 single crochets, and into the next 2 stitches, make a stitch reduction. Continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row. I'm just going to finish by joining here to the beginning with a slip stitch. And now I'm done with this 3rd row. Now for the 4th row, I'm going to chain 1, and into the same stitch that I just did my slip stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet. Now here for this 4th row, I'm going to make 3 single crochets and then make a stitch reduction into the next 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, and into the next 2, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, close. Now make 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and into the next 2, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops, close. So continue like this all around, just making 3 single crochets, and then into the next 2 make a stitch reduction all the way around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. To finish, I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch, and this is how I end this 4th row. Now we're going to make one more row, so chain 1, and into the same stitch I just did my slip stitch, make a single crochet. Into the next single crochet, make a single crochet, so I have 2 single crochets, and into the next 2, make a stitch reduction. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, close. Okay, so for this row you're just going to make 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and into the next 2 stitches, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, close. Continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. To finish this last row, we're just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I've already cut my yarn, so this last loop here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie a knot like this, and then I'm going to turn this over. I've already cut my yarn, so I'm going to turn this, and now we're going to close the top, and I'm just going to pass this through this needle, and then we're going to weave this yarn here around. So I'm going to skip 1 single crochet and into the next, insert my needle, skip 1 single crochet and into the next, insert your needle. We're going to do this all around. Okay, I'm here at the end, so now we're just going to pull this to close. Okay, and now with this loop that I have here, I'm just going to make a knot. And this part is done. So now we're just going to cut our yarn and hide our ends, and here's the top of the hat, and that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to make a pom-pom, so I will come back and show you what it looks like, but so far here's our baby hat. Okay, so I'll come back and show you what it looks like with the little pom-pom on. Okay, to make the bow, we're going to use the same yarn, this light number 3 baby yarn with this 3mm crochet hook, and we're going to leave a tail of about 12 inches, 12-15 inches first, so make sure you do that, and then we're going to make a loop. So now here we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to join to the first chain here like this with a slip stitch. Now you can use a magic loop here. I'm just going to do this because it's easier. So now once we're joined in the circle, we're going to chain 3. These 3 chains count as 1 double crochet. Now into this ring we're going to make 6 double crochets. So go in and make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there it is. We're going to pull this through the back. Okay, so we have 6 double crochets plus the 3 chains we did here at the beginning. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now on top of each one of these double crochets we're going to make a single crochet beginning here into this first one. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go into this chain. Make sure you grab both loops if you can and make a single crochet. Okay, now we're going to cut our yarn because each side is worked separately. So cut your yarn and pass this through that last loop like that. Then we're just going to weave this through the back and you won't be able to see it. So here's this part done. Okay, and now to make the other side, we're going to insert our hook through the ring again and then pull this loop and chain 3. One, 2, 3. And now inside again into this ring we're going to make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6 double crochets plus these 3 chains here at the beginning. And now same thing we did here. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and into this first double crochet make a single crochet and 1 single crochet on top of each one of these double crochets. Okay, and then when you come here to the end where we have the chain, make sure you go through 2 loops here and make your last single crochet. And here's our little bow, almost done. Now we're going to cut our yarn and pass this through this last loop like this and pull, and then we're going to just hide this through the back. And now here's the thing. What we're going to do is to close this little hole that we have here, we're going to put this yarn here through the side, and this yarn that we left, we're going to do this through the top. Don't pull too hard on it. It's make sure that it's just to bring these 2 sides like this and there's no gap in between, and you don't have to wrap the whole yarn. And that's what it looks like. That's our little bow right there. And then to finish this off, what you're going to do is and then here what I did was I inserted my hook through here and pull this loop through, but grabbed it here and then made a knot. So left the loop here on this end so that we can tie a knot. Like this. See? And there's a knot. And that's what our little bow looks like. See how cute that is? Okay, so now to do the red around, we're going to do the same thing we did here around the shoe. So just pick a spot. So I'm going to go in through this. Make a loop. Now this is optional. I'm doing this so that it matches my my set, so just bring this loop through the front like this and chain 1. Now insert your hook into the next single crochet and make a slip stitch, chain 1, 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 slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to go down this way. So insert your hook into this stitch. This is going to be a bit tricky. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just find a hole or a spot where you can insert your hook here at the very end. There's a loop here at the end that I'm going to do this. Yep, right there. And do the same thing. Slip stitch, chain 1, and then go down the side right here. Slip stitch, chain 1, and since this is a double crochet here at the end, just make a slip stitch, chain 1, and then into the same space again, slip stitch, chain 1. Okay, so just work this part here so that it looks pretty. There's no right or wrong. And then the way I did mine here was I went through the hole. If you pull this to the side a little, you can see the little hole there, and insert your hook there, pull up a loop and make a slip stitch, and then jump to the other side. So jump this part here and jump to the next side here, and the same thing, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then make a slip stitch, chain 1, and then work your way around just like I did here. Okay, and that's all I did. So I will meet you back once we're done this side here and on this side, and then down here, and then over on this other side to show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's my finished hat. This is what it looks like. I added a pom-pom, and that's what it looks like with it on. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.